Had enough of your sportsbook holding back on the rewards? Fanatic Sportsbook opens a lane to a world of exclusive perks. Use Fan Cash to step up your tunnel walk with authentic NBA jerseys and vintage fits. Be there for the biggest moments with game tickets and rub shoulders with NBA greats through meetups and Fanatics experiences. Make the switch and get access to a highlight reel of rewards with Fanatic Sportsbook. Winning hits different here. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-522-4700. MD, visit mdgamblinghelp.org. Offer not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatic Sportsbook app.
Lowe's has the brands pros trust to get the job done. You can now shop new Catalyst fencing solutions and save big when you do. 10% off when you buy in bulk. Plus, save $180 on a DeWalt 12-inch dual bevel sliding compound miter saw. Now just $449. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/6 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Adobe Radio. The future of alternative.
Everything with a throttle is fair game. This is Tess Smiles.
I enjoy driving a manual, and in fact, I call myself your gear shift guru because I like to throw it into first quite regularly. Joining us today is the cruise control queen. That's Trisha. And from the heart of Chicago, which is not always freezing, is our backseat buffet boss. Because he's in charge of making sure the salad is fresh.
Salad? How dare you? I have to be in charge of salad.
Yeah, you have to make sure
he
it's
wants
fresh.
Cheez-Its.
No.
And crispy.
I'm not bringing a salad on a road trip. What are you talking about?
Well, but the backseat buffet boss, if there's a buffet, there better be salad.
What kind of buffet are you going to? And who eats salad at a buffet? That's disgusting. You?
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
You can't just go to like a regular place and make your own salad. I mean, when I go out, I'm not getting salad unless it's like, what's that place that has a great, if you go to a place that has a great salad, sure, you order the salad, but I'm not looking for salad.
All the good salad places are gone.
They
Sweet
are?
Tomatoes is gone. Yeah, they
Huber's
closed down.
Sweet Tomatoes was a great place. Really?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Huber's is still around. They have a great salad.
But is it a salad place? I would call Huber's more.
No, but they have a walnut salad that they're known for.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I guess. I wouldn't.
Wait, so you'd rather get a buffet, a random buffet salad, but when you go to a place like Huber's, you wouldn't take one of their
backseat buffet boss. That's
But you're the one who brought up salad, is what I'm saying. I don't understand why I would be in charge. Why would I be in charge of salad? It's the last thing I want to be in charge of.
You have to make sure it's still crispy as the boss of the buffet.
I
mean,
quit.
in the back seat, there may be just chips and snacks.
I'm done.
I don't know.
Sorry, I can't work under these conditions.
Here's the question: in your buffet in the back seat, is it a full meal buffet? Or
Yes,
is
it
A
is.
snack, is it a snack buffet?
Both.
Okay, snacks and a full meal.
But we're not doing salad. Maybe wraps. I mean, there might be lettuce in the wrap, but it's not the important part.
I'm presuming you mean not the kind of rap where it's like, I'm Nicky J and you're DJ. Not that kind of rap.
What? We're talking about food, and then suddenly, what is wrong with you? Are you okay? Are you on your medication again?
No.
Right before the show?
I should be.
Well, Nick put a video out, and I don't know, it was about your dog, your nightly dog treat routine, and you tagged Trish and I.
Yeah.
And I think, then there was a link in it. There was a bunch of tags, and I was like, didn't understand what it was. And then I realized it was your way of not really promoting the podcast, but promoting the podcast. Is that what you were doing?
One of the things we discussed is the reel or the story that I post doesn't have to be about the show. So it's not about the show.
But you never do anything about the show. And then you might go, oh, yeah, I better be walking through the airport and going, oh, yeah, if you want to hear something silly, check out our podcast. And it's always an afterthought. And I'm like, why are we doing the show? Why am I producing a podcast that it's an afterthought to you?
Yeah, exactly. That is a good question. However, I will tell you that I was trying to work out how to post stuff that everybody is going to enjoy and have a good time with. And my dog stuff gets tons and tons of hits all the time.
But in that dog stuff, none of it said anything about the actual podcast. So
Absolutely, and
What
I
I
was
was-
instructed by the I was instructed by the
So
the
you
backseat
never
buffet
do what you're
boss.
told ever. So why would you start now? And by the way, like what you could have done at the end of it, like you could have tagged it with like, if you want more human treats, because you're giving your dogs treats, listen to our podcast. Here's the link below. You know, something like
Maybe
that.
that'll be in tonight's tag.
No, don't worry
knows?
about it. You just don't do it anymore. We should just stop producing the podcast altogether. I mean, what's the point?
Yeah, me too. That's what.
The only time Nick brings up the podcast is when somebody says, "Hey, looks like you haven't had a podcast in a while," and then suddenly I'm on the hook for it. But when I do it every week, not a word.
You shouldn't be on the hook for anything.
That's right.
Life should
That's
be
right.
hook free. Hook free.
I don't want any friction between us. If you don't want to promote the podcast, that's fine. But why are we
joke
putting a
in there.
podcast up if you're not going
There's
to?
a joke in there somewhere. I don't want any friction between us.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Me neither, because a lot of friction can cause fire.
I had a lot of great ideas for you because you're always talking about like how you want to pivot your video business online and not just showing cars. And I saw this series of TikToks, and it was just
Yeah.
a voiceover,
Yeah.
and it was an animated video of how to park your car. Like, say, so, how to do things. Because you answer questions all the time on this show, and it's
Yeah.
like somebody goes, how do I parallel park? And the guy goes, here's what you do. And they have a video, and it shows it. And I'm like, Nick could do this. Like,
Yeah.
this could be your whole thing.
I have a bunch of really interesting. Let me just say, there's been 3 months of intense social media production going on behind the scenes here, and it's all about to come to fruition.
Okay.
That's all I can tell you.
In 2 weeks?
No, it should be this next week.
Oh, well,
Everything's
then it's
ready
not
to
going to
go.
happen. If it's in 2 weeks, then it's definitely happening. But just a week?
No,
Nah.
it's we've been doing it for 3 months.
Ooh.
And,
Oh, now
we've
it's
been
3 months. I haven't
we've
heard
been
anybody
making-
promise
no.
that.
We've
See,
been
the president
making
all the time.
videos.
The president all the time promises 2 weeks. Oh, in 2 weeks, you'll see it. Will be revealed in 2 weeks, and then nothing ever happens. So you've been working on it for
we've
months.
been filming and editing for months and doing pictures.
Are you doing
and-
teasers? Are you doing any marketing? What are you doing?
No, I can't tell you. It's a secret.
In a week.
No, come on.
It's we formulated a new. Well, this is specifically for Instagram. A new Instagram policy that two of us have been working on for about 3 months.
Anytime somebody creates a policy, you know it's got to be great. A policy? Why
Wait
so
and see.
formal and rigid?
Why don't we discuss it when you like it when you don't like it?
Well, I mean, but you haven't told me anything about it. Like, how are you going to get the word out that this is happening?
Suggestions.
Have you done? Are you
It's like
are you
if we
spending
had a
money
radio
in
show-
marketing on ads? Because they won't.
Maybe.
They will not. Meta does not like to put people through on algorithms when they realize it's a business.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Tell me about it.
So yeah, you got to put some money into the marketing, and you got to do some teaser videos just to,
Yeah.
But then I saw Nick that video you made to tease the podcast. It was only on your friend's feed. There was a green
was a
dot
te-
above it. That means friends only.
Yeah.
So you didn't post it to anyone else, just like your friends?
It was an experiment to see how it went.
How's it going? How did it go?
It got 46 likes and a
Oh!
bunch of
Yes,
views.
it is.
It's a winner.
Yes, it is.
Oh.
It's
Beautiful.
interesting that it got more likes on Facebook than it did on Instagram.
Oh, no, Facebook. Well, yeah, but you didn't promote the podcast on Facebook. See, that's what you did. You promoted it on Instagram, but not on Facebook, right?
Right.
But you
again,
didn't
it was
say a
an
word. See, that's why it doesn't really work, because you're trying to do one thing for every platform. And if you don't mention the podcast, the people that don't see the links on Facebook never see it. So if more people are
wait.
seeing it and they don't listen to the show and they don't know that there's a podcast, then how are they going to know?
It's going to get increasingly more interesting. That's all.
You're right. Yes, it is.
You're right.
I can't wait for something to happen. Anything.
I'm back traveling again next week, by the way. That's all
Can
I
you
can
tell us where you're going?
Are you embargoed on where you're going to travel? You can't tell us where you're going?
No, I can tell you. I can tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to Nashville to drive a new Infiniti, and then I'm going to Savannah, Georgia. By the way, beautiful place. Beautiful place.
My friend Tate lives in Savannah. He works with Adobe.
Does he want to hang out and have a drink?
Probably. Look at Adobe Radio, their Instagram. That's Tate on there.
All right.
And also my friend Haley Williams lives in Nashville.
What?
You should visit her.
I'm going around the country to visit Marconi's friends.
Yeah. You know who Haley Williams? She's the lead singer of Paramore.
It's almost time to dance, Nick.
Yeah.
You know some influential people.
Yeah.
I'm dancing. Don't worry. I'm shaking it.
Time to dance, Nick.
Test Miles. Test Miles coming up. Your questions will be answered. Some of them. Backseat Buffet manager, do you get a lot of questions that are completely ridiculous for Test Miles?
Yeah.
Get, like,
remember
really,
last
really
week when that guy
ridiculous
wrote
stuff?
like a chapter of a TV show in a text and I was like,
it's interesting.
I was trying to figure out where it came from because you wouldn't tell me. And then I went on TikTok and it was on TikTok. Right?
Was it? I can't remember where.
And I didn't even know, I didn't know that Nick even goes on TikTok anymore because I send you stuff all the time for the show. I don't think you ever see it.
So I have to say that got a lot of attention. I had several people ask me about that guy next week, and
because you generated it.
Well, Roger from Mini actually said, Roger, who runs Mini of Portland, said he thought the analogy was really good with ripping the jeans that you bought from the store. And everybody agreed with what we said. The guy that got the hole in his tire wall, the side of his tire wall, and wanted the Lexus dealer to build.
So out of thousands of questions, the one that you sent me randomly is the only one that ever got a response. Is that what you're saying?
I get.
Wow, it's a miracle! Look at that. It's like.
Dun.
Well, you should just send me all the questions then from now on because I guess I'm sending the wrong ones. Nobody's reacting.
I think
I'm doing the wrong thing.
Whoever's telling you that is just not telling you the truth.
Well, you're the one who's telling me that. You just told me that the only reaction you've ever gotten is by one question that you sent me.
That's exactly the opposite of what I said. I said I get that
did I hear that right, Trish?
I plead the fifth. Yes, it is. You're right.
Yeah, thank you, Trish.
You are so bad.
All right, do you want some of these questions? I mean, they're not going to be as good as that one you sent me last week, Nick, but...
Hey. Second best Test Miles. Go.
This is my last show, by the way. What's your ideal daily driver setup right now?
You mean what kind of vehicle?
Just skip it. Okay, here's another one. What's the most comfortable car you've ever been in? No, don't answer that. Here's a better one. What's your biggest pet? I want to get one that one of your cronies is going to go, oh, that was a great question. I'm not getting to it yet. No, don't answer that.
The most comfortable car I've ever been in is definitely a Rolls Royce.
Yes, it is.
It is. I mean, I don't think there's much that's more comfortable than a Rolls Royce. There are some Mercedes and BMW 7 Series, amazingly comfortable. Every Rolls Royce I've ever driven, amazingly comfortable. Mercedes S-Class, Mercedes GLS, amazingly comfortable. A lot of people say that Volvos are really comfortable cars. I don't like seats in Volvos.
You don't like seats?
I don't. The Volvo seat is too stiff for me. I like more of a spongy, squishy seat.
You're right.
Yeah, I know, Trish. Thank you. All right, sorry. Next question.
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm looking down at the text. Not one of your friends like that.
Oh, okay.
So, sorry, you're going to have to try a better question. Let's see.
What's your biggest... my friends.
What's your biggest pet peeve when driving in traffic?
Other drivers?
Yeah.
Period.
No, but like people don't use, there's still, we are in 2026 and there are still people that drive cars that insist on never using a blinker and they weave in and out of traffic. And
Mine
Like, it
is
never
thank
ends.
you wave.
I will tell you the biggest pet peeve I have, and it's very illegal. People do it all the time, is changing lanes in an intersection. So when people, they come to an intersection and they'll change lanes in an intersection because it's so dangerous when you do that. That's how people get into accidents a lot. A lot.
Yeah, that's why I take the train. There's no danger on there. Ever. The red line in Chicago. Yeah, there's nothing. The L is, there's nothing wrong. Let's see.
But I will tell you too, I don't know if this drives you crazy, Trish, but it's people who drive slowly when there's an open road in front of them because they hit the speed limit is, let's say 40 and they'll do 35 the whole way. That to me is, I just sometimes want to get out and give them a piece of my mind.
Whoa, what would you say if you got out of the car?
We need one
I'd
of
wag
those.
my finger and say, you're the reason that America's not progressing forward.
Well, yeah, that would really show them. Let's see. Here's another question.
I mean, test miles.
Yeah, that's right. What? I'm trying to. Now I'm worried that your friends aren't going to like this question.
Yeah, okay. Well, give
Now
it a
that you
try.
brought that up, now all I can think about is like the disapproval of your friends who won't tell you when they don't like something.
Well,
They
let's just
are
imagine I
silent.
have no friends, which is almost true.
But you
and then-
tell
then
me
it
every
doesn't
time
become an issue.
somebody really liked that thing I contributed to the show. More of that. So, all right. I'm trying. I'm failing. I know. If you had to teach someone to drive, what car would you use?
Hyundai.
So
Mazda.
we went through this. I went
Tesla.
through this a lot. Oli and I tried to teach Andy to drive.
Oli.
Our friend Andy. Oli?
Yeah, I remember
Remember Oli?
Oli. But
Yeah.
but do you think people just randomly know who Oli is?
Well, I was going to get there.
Oh.
So Ollie's my friend that works. He used to work with us on the radio, but now he works at a dealership that sells Volvos.
Great guy,
And
Oli.
it's he's super nice. I love him more than words can say.
He's like,
So
like
he
Trish.
worked-
I don't know if you remember Oli. He worked on the promotion team at our old
I
station.
do.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, he
It's
he
been a
basically
minute.
he works at a dealership that specializes in Volvos, and he brought a car down to help us teach Andy to drive. And you know, Andy's a big boy. Andy was 450 pounds before he passed away. He was a big gentleman, and he didn't really fit in the car. And the car was manual. And we went to like a big parking lot close to PIR, and we were just going to do circles around it. And it was not the right, especially being a manual. It was the worst thing possible because he just couldn't work out that you have to let the clutch out slowly and accelerate on the gas. So we bunny hopped around the parking lot. He didn't really fit in the driver's seat. So it would definitely not be
I
a
miss
manual.
Andy.
But yeah, me too. Like honestly, I wish that we'd had a film crew out there because it would have made an amazingly funny video.
Why of all the things not to film, that
I
you
know,
didn't have on
right?
camera.
Oh dear.
I will say definitely don't teach someone to drive on a manual unless they're ready. The other thing I think is you got to have a car that's comfortable enough to sit in, that is spacious, but also is small enough so they can manage the size of the vehicle. Because if you give someone like a big old barge to drive around, they have a hard time understanding how difficult it is. I think electric cars are really easy to learn to
Tesla.
drive in. Yes, electric cars are
Tesla.
because they have the one pedal driving. So as soon as they let off the accelerator, it's not like the car coasts for another 10 feet. It will come to an almost immediate stop.
Wait, so you don't need a
it's-
brake?
No, it uses one pedal driving.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So it's like the train set. When you want the train to go, you dial it up, and when you dial it back, the train stops. It works the same way.
My mom wouldn't let me have a
So-
train set. Thanks a lot for reminding me.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
All
But
right.
there you
Almost
go.
time
I mean,
to dance, Nick. Yes,
yeah,
it is.
I would just say don't teach someone to drive in a manual or a big car. All right, coming up, news headlines on Test Miles, and then more picking on Nick. Trisha, do you still have no air conditioning in your car?
You are correct. You're right.
how are you going to deal with the summer? It's going to be a burner this year.
It is very carefully with the windows down, and I have a rooftop, so I can pull the little roof thing back. So
A sunroof.
What do I do in my
Like
apartment,
old
Nick? I just pull
towels.
my roof down.
You pull your roof down.
I was just thinking about because it was 80 the other day in Chicago, and it started getting like 90% humidity already.
Holy
And just
cow.
random. And so I had to turn the air conditioning on for like 5 minutes. I couldn't handle it. I was sweating.
So I have an idea, Trish. Mike Christopherson, really nice guy from ProTech.
Great singer.
Yes. Could we take your car down to ProTech and have him look over it and tell us everything that's wrong with it? Tell us.
yes.
Wrong with it. I mean, you
I would love
everything
that.
that's right with it. I don't know. Let's.
so you go
Thank
in
you.
and like it's like cha-ching.
But-
Here's $200.
here's- no,
Cha-ching.
no,
There's
no.
$700.
Trish, here's the adventure. We have to record the whole thing for the show.
Okay. Done.
All right. Done.
Okay,
Do
but
it.
this because you've promised this before.
No, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Well, I'm presuming the guys are into doing it down there. Or like we could take it into Roger at Mini of Portland. Have somebody go over your car. We'd Uncle Bob at Beaverton Kia or Beaverton Honda will do the same. Maybe we should take it to all four and see who gives it the
Hyundai.
most hope. Who gives it the most hope of survival in the world?
I mean, what could she just put like one of those stationary air conditioning units in there and just set it in the passenger
the
seat?
window air conditioner like you have in an apartment.
Yeah. No, just like a passenger one that sits on the
dear.
floor. You just plug it in.
Block
not?
of ice with a fan.
Sure.
Oh my
Why not?
goodness, you guys.
I just feel bad because I know it gets real sweaty in the Northwest, the Pacific
Yeah.
Northwest.
Trisha's going to go home and hurriedly clean her car and go, oh my gosh, I can't have them see my car like this.
No, Trish, don't.
I actually
Let them
I
see.
did. I detailed it already.
The trunk that you know what you did.
The
The
mushroom
trunk
farm.
is empty.
That's right. The trunk is
There is
empty.
nothing in that trunk.
You know what it's time for?
Oh, no, I don't.
It's time for this.
Are you
Where's our
showing us
noble
something? I don't know what's going
No,
on.
it's the cue to hit the button, Marconi. Come on now.
A button. Oh. This thing?
A little bit of news here. Audi is feeling the pressure right now. The German automaker says global delivery has dropped just over 6% in the first quarter this year. That's the biggest hit. It came from China mostly and North America, where sales fell sharply. In the U.S., tariffs and charging regulations are making things much tougher for imports across the world. Europe was a bright spot for Audi with some growth, but overall, this shows just how uneven the global car market has become.
Nick, before Trish goes to her next story, I have to take umbrage with this newscast because every week I've been sitting here waiting. Not one story about the petrol situation. You haven't even brought it up. You haven't even discussed
prices.
one of the biggest things that's on everyone's mind. I don't understand why you wouldn't do that.
Gas prices we can talk about, but I think everybody knows, why gas prices are high because of the war in Iran. And however you side politically with that war, it's costing us my Jeep cost me $91 to fill up 2 weeks ago. I don't drive it very often, so I fill it up like once a month, but $91.
I tried to fill.
That's-
I filled up the L train the other day. It took me $80,000.
Yeah. Wait,
not
isn't that
right.
electric? I hope you didn't fill it up with petrol.
Well,
I
maybe
think
it
it's
wasn't the L
electric.
train. I might have been.
Oh, goodness. Trish, over to you.
All right. There is a shakeup at Hyundai in the United States. The executive in charge of sales across the country has suddenly left the company. There's no official explanation, but leadership changes like this can signal bigger strategy shifts behind scenes. Hyundai, I know. Hyundai's been growing fast in the U.S., especially with hybrids and SUVs. So this is definitely something the industry is going to be watching very closely.
Do you guys know, and you may not know this unless you're into the business end of cars,
Oh, yeah? Tell us more about the business end.
Was it the word business or was it end that you like? The business end?
You know what I'm laughing at.
Yeah, I do. The business end of cars, Hyundai Group also owns Kia, Beaverton Kia, one of the sponsor of this show, and they own Genesis. So they own 3 brands in the U.S. And they're a huge force. I mean, they were the ones that came up with that 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, which now Mitsubishi do and also Ram do. But Kia, you can go to Beaverton Kia and get the very beautiful 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty on the vehicles. And that really changed the shape of those, how well the company did. When they introduced that, it really changed how people buy cars.
But you know,
Anyway,
we've had for this show, I mean,
subtext.
we're technically a syndicated radio show, but the powers that be at the radio station that we air on in Portland seem to think that we belong to them somehow. There have been, I think, since I started doing the show, like a couple of years ago, there have been like 4 program directors of the radio station in Portland, and they still, each one has a new direction for us to follow. Is that kind of like what the auto industry deals with? Like people going in and going, this is what we're going to do. And then they disappear and then you never hear from them again. Oh, I'm just kidding. I'll see you guys later. Bye. And then
I really like then the program director, the current one at the radio station, Grant.
Current program director. That's really how you should say it. Current program director.
Fantastic.
You know what? Grant, you know why I like Grant? Because he worked his way up from, well, he was, I don't know if he was an intern, but he definitely pulled the overnight shifts way back in the beginning of his career. So he's really
haven't we all?
that.
The thing I wonder is
and some of
Grant,
us are still doing it.
Is Grant, the current program director of the Portland radio station, is he one of those guys that stands up to the corporate suits, or does he just do whatever they say?
I don't know him well enough, Trish.
And back to you. Grant is amazing.
So he's one of those guys that just does whatever they say.
I don't know.
That's why radio's great. Nobody stands up to anyone anymore.
I talk to him over email maybe once a week, and then I've had like maybe 4 conversations.
That's a lot of involvement for a show you don't get paid for.
You know what? Stellantis is having a bit of a mixed moment. The company reported strong vehicle deliveries up about 12%, with North America leading the charge. But there's a catch. Dealers are sitting on a lot of inventory, especially with Ram trucks and Jeep SUVs. That could mean Jeep only make SUVs. Well, they make one truck, but the rest are SUVs. That could mean production slowdowns ahead if cars aren't moving fast enough off dealer lots. Investors liked the sales numbers, but there are still concerns under the surface. And by the way, if you want a new Stellantis vehicle, if they have always the secret is if a dealer has a lot of cars on the lot, they're willing to make a deal to shift them. So you should be heading to get Rams and Jeeps. Thank you, Trish. Over to you now.
You're welcome. The future of the auto industry is heading back to the classroom. A major program called the Eco Car Challenge is bringing together 20 universities to work on next generation vehicles. Students, they're developing electric and hybrid tech using real vehicles from major automakers, and it's really building the next wave of engineers who's going to shape how we drive in the future, especially as cars become more software driven.
Nick, have you ever been friends with a car engineer?
Yeah, I know a lot of them.
I would spend all my time with them. Why are you doing here?
Why
are they on the show?
It would be very interesting, you know.
Well, because it gets so heady. Like, I mean, you'll get buried in, like, it gets super complicated. Designers are the same way. Like, car designers are amazing people, but they spend... One of my friends, before he retired... his first job was designing steering wheels, and that was it 24/7.
Time to
There's
dance,
a lot
Nick.
that goes into it. I'm dancing. We'll dance into Asking Tesmos. That's coming up. Get ready with your questions, and I'll answer them. I like to answer your questions.
Test Miles.
And I've noticed the quality of questions that were being asked today is amazing.
Test Miles. You're right.
See, thank you, Trish. I'm glad you agree with me.
Now you're just saying that because the last time you told me they sucked, and now you're trying to make up for it.
No, I think if you play the recording back, I didn't say they sucked.
Well, like I was like, man, that person that sent in like a 9-page question, and then you're like, well, I got some response on that. No other question ever gets a response, but that one.
Oh, you too.
I do get a lot of questions that get response.
No. Yeah, you respond to them because I give them to you. Here we go. Are you ready? Can you handle it?
Putting my seatbelt on. Okay.
By the way, Trish and I watch The Pit, and I'm wondering how Dr. Robbie is going to afford driving his motorcycle across the country, even on a doctor's salary. The gas for a motorcycle has got to be that can't be cheap either.
No, it's not always cheap.
The question is, what's the best way to conserve gas while gas prices are so high?
There's lots of good ways you can save gas. I mean, fuel economy isn't. Yeah, I mean, that's obviously one way. Fuel economy isn't magic. It's physics, friction, and basically habits, good driving habits.
Tell me about friction, yes.
So small changes can quickly stack up. If you make a few small changes, they can actually move the needle in the real world. So let's talk about what can help you save fuel. First of all, smooth driving beats everything else. That means accelerate progressively. You know, when the light changes, don't jam your foot on the accelerator. You'll know that getting to the speed you want to get to, you can be doing an average of about 4 or 5 miles a gallon. But when you get to the cruising speed, that's when the real fuel economy kicks in.
So drive downhill mostly if you can?
Well, I mean, I would say you're actually not super wrong. Look ahead, and if you are going to want to come to a stop or brake soon, like the light ahead of you, maybe it's 1/4 mile ahead changes, then take your foot off the gas and allow the vehicle to coast to a stop.
How far do you think you could coast from the Hawthorne Bridge in Portland? Could you get at least to the Hawthorne District by coasting?
No. Oh. No, I mean that if you go that direction.
There.
Well, so no, but off the bridge, off the Hawthorne Bridge is downhill until you hit Grand, and then it goes uphill. So I'm gonna guess you could get to MLK maybe to like 6th, maybe.
That's what I used to do when I used to live off of MLK, right by the Moda Center. You just coast home from the Hawthorne Bridge.
Then you're a home coaster. But I would look far ahead and coast early instead of braking late. And then keep your momentum. Every stop costs you fuel. It's not the stop that costs you fuel. It's getting going again.
Yeah, bring your own snacks so you don't have to stop.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's not that. It's as coming to a stop at a light. If you can coast in and wait and not get to a stop and the light changes and then you're accelerating away from the light, that actually will save you fuel.
So avoid stopping for snacks? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, yes, totally.
Why are you against snacking, Nick? How dare you?
So keep speeds in the efficiency window. That's 45 to 65 miles an hour. That's above the aerodynamic drag. If you go above 75, which in Oregon is illegal, but if you go above 75, like 75 to 80, you can use 20% more fuel.
So you're filling up your car and it's like $91, but if you do these things that Nick's saying, you might save, it might be $85.
I mean, it could be even less to do. You could save $20, $25 of fuel. Tire pressure, make sure that's right. That's really makes a big difference. Cut the weight in the vehicle. Like if you have a bunch of stuff in the trunk that you don't, if you don't lose weight, if you have a bunch of stuff in the trunk you don't need to be shipping everywhere in the car,
dump the dead body in the Willamette, get it out of there.
Well, that's a whole different problem. Remove roof racks, cargo boxes, that sort of thing, unless you actually need them. And also combine trips. Like if you're going to have to go to the store and you're going to have to go and get to-go food for tonight,
just get
try
delivery.
and do it all in one trip. Yeah.
Oh, wait, what?
Try and do everything in one trip. Use like the air conditioning strategy, windows open first, then when that doesn't work, then you can start the air conditioning. If you don't have air conditioning, then sit on a block of ice, Trish. And maintain the basics.
It was coming.
Clean air filter, fresh oil, and the proper grade of oil.
That's my favorite kind of oil, fresh.
Make sure your engine light is not on. So
they have organic oil. Can you just get that free range?
make sure that you're using the right fuel in the vehicle. Like if your vehicle requires premium, it will run better on premium than it will on regular gas. And a lot of people think, I'm going to save money and put regular gas in. It doesn't. It costs you more money in the long term. Take advantage of the tech. Eco mode, you all have eco modes in your cars, eco mode buttons. It actually helps save gas.
Trish, do you have an eco mode?
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, Nick.
We'll find out when we give her a car the once over. Modern cars get better fuel economy. If you have an older car and a newer car, take the newer car. It probably uses less gas than the older car. And take the smartest route. Don't be taking routes where it takes you longer distances and uses more fuel. But
that's where I get all my candy.
Well, then if you do these things, you can save a lot of gas, and it will make a noticeable difference to your wallet.
Fine. I'll try.
You want to know what I do, Nick?
What
when
do you
I'm
do,
on the
Trish?
freeway?
Yes.
When I'm on the freeway, if I'm going down, I just always take my foot off of the gas and completely coast. Does that save me any gas? I mean,
Yes.
honestly, I've gone long way with just coasting.
That's my whole career, coasting.
Nick is dying over here. You guys, we have a camera where Nick and I can kind of see each other. He is literally losing it over there. Yes, it is. You're right.
Why are you losing it, Nick? What's wrong?
No.
What did you do?
It's fine. It's fine.
Do you want another question? I don't even know if we have time for another question. I mean, that was a long answer. Okay, let's see.
We do have it.
Why do some cars recommend oil changes at 5,000 miles and others at 10,000 miles or more?
That's purely the make of the car. And if you put synthetic oil into the car, you can actually make it go further. So the more modern cars require less fuel, less oil changes. Some of the new modern cars can actually go to 15,000 miles and above. It's the way the engines are designed. I mean, it basically is it. Some of the synthetic fuels resist heat breakdown, which means that they last for longer. They maintain viscosity longer, and they contain like stronger detergents and anti-wear agents. So I have seen it where you can put synthetic fuel in cars, and they can go 15,000 miles between oil changes. And newer cars, the engines are designed better, so they can go 10,000 miles plus. Oil is getting better, but ultimately, if you don't have to do the oil change more often, and always put synthetic oil in, it helps the environment, and it also makes it, it turns out to be less expensive in the long term.
But is that synthetic? Is that free range?
Yes,
cage free.
I mean, you can see it as cage free, free range, organic.
All right. Oh, good. Sounds delicious.
There you go.
You can mix that in with eggs for your breakfast the next day.
No, don't be eating engine oil. That's bad.
Oh, well, it hasn't gotten that bad yet. I mean, that's even more expensive than one grocery oil. So I probably wouldn't be eating that. But
no,
here's a quick question, Nick, and maybe you can answer this.
Yes.
What is the best on the road food to grab at Starbucks?
It's always coffee. My Starbucks order always starts with a pistachio latte.
But you don't like a ham and Swiss?
No, it has pistachio latte. You're getting a milky drink and nuts.
But every time I'm with you, we're getting a breakfast sandwich, a latte. You get yours at like room temperature or something. I don't know what it is.
I get mine. I said today when I went with my friend Anthony to Starbucks this morning, I said, could you make my drink the temperature you would be happy to serve a 5-year-old? And the woman started laughing, but it's true. You have to treat me like a 5-year-old.
But no, it's not because you don't like hot drinks. It's because you just drink it like it's water. You just gulp it down.
Yeah, I drink it like yeah.
It's like a
hot drink.
Oh,
I'm super sensitive.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. So everything on this show has upset you today, I'm sure.
Yeah, everything on this show.
You're right.
Especially some of the things Trish said, they really upset me.
Yeah, she's really offensive.
I'm sorry.
I mean, you should meet her in real life. It's challenging.
Yeah, she seems nice on the radio, but behind the scenes, total diva.
You thought Ellen was a handful. Wait till you meet Trish.
Right.
All right. Test Miles podcast. You can see it at 24/7 at testmiles.com, and you can see and hear us in your dreams. We'll be back again next time.
Follow Test Miles on all social media platforms, wherever you're connected.
At Test Miles.
Give it up for Adobe, everybody.